Hey, it's Tobaman X here with the Tobaman Productions video on the 1.1 Genshin update. So, let's get to it. So, here what I'm going to do is I have read through this already and I'm going to summarize each section for you and then just talk about some implications and then just bring up some questions that I have about them, just about how some of these things that don't have as much detail, how they look, how they might look, and how they might interact in game. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, they start us off with this wonderful foreboding, kind of giving us a little bit of teaser as to what's going to happen next. We know that we get to meet Ningguang in the story, so we now get to see what her personality plays out as. You know, get to hear her voice actress do some things. And then, you know, kind of bring some attention to the mysteries that are still here within the game story. So far, it is a pretty nice story. They start off with good news, 600 Primal Gems, straight off the bat. So log on and get yours if you haven't already. They go over eligibility requirements and such. And so here we go, and now into the meat and potatoes. After that light appetizer, we're talking about our boy Childe, our child, Tartaglia, Hydrovision bow user. It's one of the 11 harbingers of the Fatui. So, this man has a lot of really cool mysteries and a lot of really cool information surrounding him. He looks like a real chill dude, but really on underneath all of that, he is boiling for a fight, puns fully intended. Next is Dionia, the Cat's Lion Cocktail Dionia. Another bow user, but this one, instead of being damaged like Childe, seems to be very strong support. And being that she's cryo, it looks like she can do some really nice things for the team in terms of like creating super conducts or just freezing some more pesky opponents. So look into her. There'll be future videos going over both of them in the training mode and just my suggestions for them. And then if I build them, I'll definitely be doing videos over on just how I'm building them currently and how things are going and about directions that I would like to take them in. So, let's see. So, talking about the event wish, Farewell of Snezhnaya. I believe Snezhnaya has to do with the Fatui from the update, which is today, the 11/10, into up until the beginning of December, which should probably be the end of this month, as we tend to get things a day earlier than the game post dates for, as we are in North America, and this game is primarily Chinese. Or made by people from China. Excuse me, that is the more correct thing to say. So, let's see, test runs, of course. And now they actually start talking about the characters that some other people are looking forward to, including myself. The Vagamundo Zhongli. It's a Geovision pole arm user. And there's a lot of wonderful information going on here. One of the most important things here is that he basically has a giant meteor crash on his opponents. And to me, that is amazing. Blazing Rift Xinyan sounds like a bard, but it looks like she actually, in addition to providing a bit of support, actually does continuous damage to enemies. So this seems to be almost like support sub DPS, maybe even control type. So she could be a very interesting character for the game. And they say they will appear in a subsequent event wish. They say the event that we're in now lasts until December, so I'm wondering if the next update won't be in December, either on the beginning of December or in closer to Christmas. So that's something to look forward to. Since we've got some new 5-star weapons. So someone mentioned to me that some of the new weapons we were going to be getting were termed Geo weapons, as they were weapons that really benefited from the reactions that Geo gives you. If you don't know, Geo does not typically create a damaging reaction. However, though, what they do is they do create shields for what they reacted with. And this weapon here increases shield strength, increases attacks on hits, and the effect is strengthened while under the protection of a shield. And a lot of these weapons actually have a lot of the same idea, right? This one the same, this one the same. Now, the theme changes here of the 4-star, the Royal Spear. And this one is very interesting. It seems as though it is for someone with a lower crit build. It builds crit, and critting actually clears the focus. So this is a weapon that looks like it will take a little bit of forethought in order to use it in an optimal manner. Let's see. So new Archon quest, of course. New story quests. New world quests. So new chances to get AR, more books, more Mora, because Mora goes like your boy Venti, the heir, for those of you who are not paying attention to the story. Let's see, new events. So there's going to be a new event happening between on the 15th and 16th for us over here in the East Coast, and then in North America, up until the end of the month. So it looks like there'll be a shop which we can complete things for, collect event-specific currency, and then have our own event shop, which is fantastic. Some of the players, including myself, were feeling like things were a little stingy in the beginning after the honeymoon period, and this is a wonderful and welcome change. A lot of positive changes to go with the more negative change, which is the additional 40 resin on the cap, which sounds good at first, but can be a little troubling for people who like to play more than once a day. But it seems as though they implemented some additional things here to try and mitigate what you lost with the resin increase. So let's move on to those. So some of the new systems. A new reputation system. So you have to reach adventure rank 25. Anybody who's too casual hasn't reached here yet. It will behoove you to reach there, but no rush. And so there'll be reputation for each region. And then there'll be certain quests that you need to unlock it, certain people you have to go to, so new areas in each city will become areas of importance that you'll need to know. I'm sure you'll be able to find them easy. However, it is always better if you just know. Let's see, or mark it on your map. There's new city features. Yes, among the new city features are the gadgets, and those are one of the hugest game changers, one of the most important game changers that we're getting in this update. So the Anomalous Resonance Stone, Geo Resonance Stone, this is map marking. This is food consumption. It looks like we can only do HP and revival dishes, and it will decide based on what our situation is. So the game will basically see if we have if nobody is dead, then it'll give us an HP one. If somebody is dead, then it'll probably give us a revive one. And pretty simple, right? Wind catcher. So we can create wind currents now. That's really nice. I'm assuming in only one direction going up. Use the portable waypoint to create a temporary waypoint. That's really nice. It looks like the waypoint lasts for 7 days. And then condensed resin. So this right here. So with the increase of the cap, it's a bit of an issue for people who play more than once a day, because you can't hop on, spend your resin, let it recharge, and then play again. As it is still 8 minutes per one resin, which is kind of high. However, it looks like this condensed resin is a attempt to help those people who don't hop on every day, or people who just want to take a break. You can consume resin. It says you can create one condensed resin. It does not say that you are confined to one. So you might be able to use all of your resin to create up to 4 condensed resin a day. I have not tested this yet, but will, and confirm it. If you can do that, it's possible for people who know they're not going to play, or not be able to play for more than a few minutes. They can then use what resin they want to use, and then if they know they can't play until the next day, they then turn it into this condensed resin, which seems to have no date of expiration. And essentially, or if you're just not going to play at all, turn all your resin in, and then when you do get on, you have a bunch of saved up resin, essentially, which is really, really, really nice. It looks like you have to have at least 40 resin, which is a pretty common number. I can't really see what the problems with this are. It seems really positive. But as time comes on, there may be some way to optimize this, or there may be some way that this isn't as optimal. So stay tuned, guys. Keep your eyes peeled, and always be, making sure to ask questions. Making a stove anywhere is fantastic. And then the last two, these two parts are fantastic. The Anemo and the Geo Treasure Compass. And the fact that when new regions come out, they may also get their own compasses, which makes this fantastic. Yeah, you can look for a Geo on the map. You can even go to an interactive map, tell you where it is. But sometimes, even with the interactive map, you'll miss where that Geo is. Or maybe the Geo, because it's like underground or super high up, it won't resonate on your map. So this compass is really, really nice, and just adding another layer that'll help you to find these things, get your stamina to max, squeeze out the last little bit of AR and rewards that you can, to get to basically keep enjoying your experience in this game. Even further city features, so something to help us further with our mining and our just farming mats. Talking to the blacksmiths will actually put a marker on your map, and you can go find some ore deposits. Let's see, merchant discounts at Good Hunter and Mondstadt General Goods, Wanman Restaurant, and Second Life. So we get discounts now. That's awesome. See more general things, recipes, name cards, wing gliders, and then just how-tos for things. So we get bounties and requests in addition to region quests and world exploration. So the world exploration, I wonder if these aren't sending your people out, or if this is something different. But it looks like there's at least 4 different things here that you can use to increase your city's reputation. It will help you get those rewards. As far as the bounties and requests, you get up to 3 a week across all the cities. Let's see, exploration progress system. So we actually get to see how much progress you've made in an area, which is, once again, unless you've been writing down every piece of information since the beginning, this is a wonderful quality of life improvement. Let's see, we have an archive system. Yes, now you don't have to have something to know what it does. You can go look it up, and you can plan for it and save for it, which is fantastic. The character archive system as well. I'll be going over all of this. We got some new stuff, new settings. We can actually change our settings now on our controllers and keyboards. This is fantastic. Just new general stuff. Report functions for co-op. Weapon enhancement surplus EXP is actually returned to us. This is great recycling. This is wonderful. Even in other games, you typically don't. Something this nice is not implemented. So this is like, they understand they have to make changes. And this is a change that benefits everybody. So this is really nice. Optimizations, monsters. Let's see. Optimizes inventory capacity display. Remove load limit replaced with inventory slots. Slots are divided into 3 categories. 2,000 for weapons, 1,000 for artifacts, 2,000 for other materials. Identical materials will stack in the same slot, which is really nice. When all inventory slots in a given category are full, no more items in a category can be acquired, and you'll have to clear some slots. Here we go. And that's the original resin limit, but with the ability to save your resin, it's not so bad when you miss a day, because you essentially don't have to miss that day anymore. Even though you didn't get to play that day, you get to keep your resin from that day. So that this change isn't as bad, even though it would be even better to improve this if they lowered the amount of time it takes to recover each resin. But that may or may not be a future change. Other smaller things, some changes to some names, weekly pass. You have to use less resin for your weekly pass now. Let's see. And that's it. Wow, guys. Like, there were so many changes and so many, like, it was way more good than bad here. And the new characters also look really awesome. So look out for the videos showcasing the new characters. And my suggestions on builds. Thank you guys for listening. Good night. Oyasumi nasai. Take care of yourself. And like, comment, subscribe if you're feeling it. Take care, guys.